What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Stranded Deep. I'm excited to have you here today. We've got our motorboat. I'm really stoked about the motorboat. Like, it's one of those items that I've been desiring the entire time I've been playing the game, and now that it's showed up, like, I basically cannot contain how happy I am about the motorboat. We may actually try and go to a different island and see if there's more stuff to... Yeah, that might be a decent idea. Let's see what we can do right here. I'm going to bring the jerry can just in case. You never know. You never know, just in case we have to refill it, and I should also bring a compass for this. I realize that we're probably limiting the amount of objects that we can bring with us back anyways. But in the first place, what was that? What's that right there? Oh, is that just a cloud? What is that? It looks like smoke for a second. Oh, I saw... God, this game. I thought that was smoke for a second. I was like, wait a minute, has somebody got like a signal fire or something? I thought we had found something new, something more interesting, something to investigate. Yeah, I've read multiple people now say that they have planes that fly overhead in their game and that they haven't tested out using a flare gun yet to get out of here. I figure, did the flares act as ammo for the flare gun, or does it just come with like its one singular shot and that's all that you get out of it? I don't know. It looks very similar to the flare gun in the Force, but then again, how much variability could there be in style and design of flare guns? You'd figure that'd be kind of like an open shut case at this point. Not a whole lot of innovation going on in the flare gun arena. Okay, it's a tube that fires a glowy rocket thing up in the air. It's basically the same premise as just about every other projectile object. Probably take the boat around the island. What's a boat? A boat seems like it would be something that you would call somebody. It's like a div, like a burk. I guess a boke. Can't stand that guy. Making up my new insults. Well, let's just... You can only sleep at night. Yeah, I want to sleep right now. Oh, yeah, I needed to figure out... So let's do that while we wait for a second. That's what I was going to do in between episodes. I was going to figure out how to heal the urchins in Stranded Deep. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm saying that sentence sort of like weirdly right now because I'm actually typing it. It can be cured with antibiotics. Okay, so we have that. So there it is. Antibiotics right there. We'll want to be careful with it, though, because that's all we got. Actually, do they have multiple uses? Or is it just like empty now? Why does antibiotics help with poisoning? Poisoning, as far as I know, has nothing to do with bacteria. Like, poisoning in general has to do with like denaturing toxins and like neurotoxins that attack like various parts of your... Well, there's hemotoxins, there's neurotoxins, and then there's a couple different types. So hemotoxins, I think they attack your red blood cells or something like that. There's... of course it's gonna rain. Of course it's gonna rain. Alright, well... Let me take a bearing real fast. Oh, it's so dark. Got the bearing right there, but until... Looks like we've got like 80 east. So let me write that down real fast so that once it's gone, I don't have any further problems. So we have 80 east, which means that if we subtract 180 from that, it's gonna give us 280 west to get back. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is that from right here, it was 80 east, right? On the side of our bed. Okay, so I'm going to try and drag the raft back with me. I'm going to try and turn it around in such a way to where I can make this work. Come on. Get off of me. Hopefully this doesn't damage our motor. That'd be my luck. I'm going to drag some stuff around. It's going to destroy my motor and break it forever. And I'll never be allowed to have another one ever again. It'd be super awesome if you could attach multiple motors to each one to make it go even faster. Then again, that might be a bad idea. That might be destructive. Hey. Sometimes the game doesn't like to let you pick stuff up. I don't know what controls it or what doesn't control it, but as of right now, it's definitely not letting me pick up the boat. Come on. I'm right-clicking you right this second. I am right-clicking you like crazy. There we go. There's like a sweet spot. On every object in this game, there's like a sweet spot where you can drag it. And then if you don't know where it is, it's going to be a pain in the ass to find. So we're going 80-ish east from here. I mean, this might be a terrible plan. This might be the worst plan ever. But hey, what's the worst that can happen? We get a little bit lost, right? How hungry am I? Hungry enough, I suppose. Alright, so we want to go 80 east. So let's get our heading going. And let's get on out this way. Alright, we're off and running. I know I'm going to have to mess with the sound modulation on this or the sound volume. It's going to be super loud when it comes through. I'm really excited about the next stream. I know that I don't have a whole lot of avenues to like announce things to all of you, but I actually went through, I got OBS set up, I got all of my notifications and stuff set up, so now when you subscribe, it's going to get a splash screen. It's going to play a little song. I've also got it set up so that like when people donate, it's going to play a little song and do some fun stuff. Like essentially there's a lot of like really cool things that we've been able to like throw in there, and I'm excited about it. That's going to give us, yeah, roughly 280 back. Why am I so off on that? I feel like I shouldn't be off like this, but I am. 80 over here. We might miss it slightly, though, which is the only thing that I'm worried about. That or it's farther out than I expected. Either way, though, we're flying a little bit blind right now. Flying a little bit blind. We got a shark right there. I switched my heading slightly, which should throw us off if I try and go back home, but once the light comes back in, it'll be alright. There's just too many thunderstorms lately. Like, seriously, there have been so many rainstorms during, like, the last couple episodes. The developers need to decrease the random rain that happens, because, honestly, the entire last day was all raining for me. I couldn't do anything. I just had to sit around all day. That's no fun. I feel like I'm getting disoriented right now. I think it's the waves, because I can't see a reference point right now. It's making me feel like I'm going sideways. Let me make a cut until the rain goes away. I hate that shit. Like, seriously, the rain comes around way too much in this game. This is like my 4th thunderstorm in 2 days. Definitely needs to be toned down slightly. Alright, so we're back in the saddle now. I was worried for a little bit that we, like, missed it, but honestly, I tooled around in the rain for a little bit. I mean, I can easily find my way back. We still got a jerry can. I thought I ran out of gas, too, for a second, but I don't even know if you can run out of gas. Oh, shit. Hey, hey, none of that, you little asshole. Alright, so let's go back over here. I don't know which island I was shooting for right now. The problem that is right now is that the raft actually, like, reorients itself every now and again. Oh, please don't do that. Nope. Oh, die in a fire, shark. Die in a fire right now. This is ridiculous. I need to get away from the sharks is what I need to get away from. These guys are messing everything up right now. But yeah, you've actually... The boat reorients itself oddly. Like, it continues its rotational pattern. If you look at the boat, like, it can have... Essentially, the way that it's designed to rotate is a little bit weird. And I think that got us a little bit off course. I think, maybe. I mean, an offset of a couple degrees can be really, really, really bad over a certain distance. So we'll just kind of have to ride this thing out and see where we end up. I'm going to go to this island over here because we're hungry and we need to handle our business. But up until then... I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to find our way back home. It'll be fun, though. If we get lost, that'll be, you know, it'll give us something to strive for. It gives us a pertinent mission at hand that we need to accomplish. I thought I ran out of gas for a second while I was out here, but I guess that I didn't. I don't know. It kicked me off my boat. I was, like, going, and then I didn't hit a shark or anything, I promise. I didn't hit a shark. Nothing happened like that. What ended up happening is that just, like, I was going forward, and it just threw me off. Like, seriously, it threw me, like, 10 feet in front of the boat, and the boat just, like, stopped, and it, like, chucked me. I think the boat just got sick of my shenanigans. Like, listen, you've been standing on top of me making wood jokes this entire time. I'm going to need a little bit of maturity right now out of you if you want me to continue being your chosen method of transportation. I'm like, alright, well, I'll try and bring it down a couple notches. How does that sound? We can compromise. Does that sound good? Alright, let's compromise. Let me turn off the motor. Can you see? Is there anywhere... Is there anywhere you can see where there's like a valve or like any type of meter or whatever that allows us to track what we're doing? I don't know. Either way, though, our island should be that one right there, if I'm correct. I mean, there's a lot of islands on the horizon. I was lost in the rain for a while. So the things that we probably want to do on this island are to make a new axe, because that's like the basic thing that you need in order to survive. And ours is about to break, and once it breaks, we have no means by which to get any further yucca or anything else. Unfortunately, the game won't let you strip yucca by hand, which I think is a little bit... Well, I mean, I think it's a balancing mechanism. I don't think that it's unfair, but still, you can strip yucca by hand. It's not going to be pleasant, but you can do it. Additionally, we need to get ourselves fed, because I can't continue, like, running around out in the ass end of nowhere on an empty stomach. We did manage to get our urchin sting taken care of, though. That was pretty good. I've never dealt with sea urchins before. I've touched the ones that they have, like, at aquariums that are supposedly, like, safe for you to touch. No! See, the game breaks every now and again and just kicks you out of the tree. I don't know if it's, like, a critical fail type vector or what it is, but that happens every now and again. And so now all we can do is hope that we get... Like, when you climb up a tree, it seems like there's a baseline chance, or maybe, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's actually supposed to happen like that, or occasionally when you climb a tree, you just fall out of it, even though you're holding down the key fine, you're looking straight at the trunk like I normally do. Every now and again. Was that my arm breaking? Oh, that didn't sound pleasant. It didn't sound pleasant at all. I don't do well. I've never had a broken bone. You believe that? Well, I broke both my ankles one time, and then I never had them set because I never told my parents. They were like, why are you walking with a limp for like a month and a half? And I was like, nothing, skateboard accident. I didn't want to bring it up because there was a videotape of the incident, and I knew they would make fun of me. And they did. And when they saw the video, they were like, oh my God. And they were like crying, laughing. And they were like, how could you be so stupid as to do something like that? And I was like, because peer pressure. they said we wanted to make a skate video, and I'm decent at skateboarding. I'm probably like the second best out of everybody that I know. I mean, I was pretty decent back in high school at skateboarding. Like, I could double click, I could double heel flip, double kick flip, heel flip, kick flip, varials. I was terrible at grinding, though. That was always my weakness. My grinding was always really, really weak. Always really, really weak. Let's go ahead and get that right there. Get that right there. I haven't skateboarded in forever. You know what's funny? That's one of those skills that falls off super quick if you don't do it. My old skateboard is still at my parents' house. It was an Element, and like I got out on it the other day, and I could like still like stay on it without falling off. But there's a free. Oh well, then forget you, crappy axe. He's like, hey, I find it very, very disturbing how quickly you downgrade me from the most useful item in your inventory to crappy axe. And it's one word. There's no hyphen in between. There's no nothing else. It's just crappy axe. So what we want to do, well, let's go. I guess we'll go wreck diving for right now. That's one of the reasons we came all the way out here. We need to find ourselves some morphine, which in this game will magically fix all of our ails. That's cool. I don't question things that work, so that's fine by me. Hey, there's one right here. Let's go see what we can find. Luckily, this doesn't make us bleed all over the place, but it does make us have a weird bent arm. We fell out of a tree, so I figured we'd break our leg before we break our arm, but what do I know about anything? Hard case, air tank. Oh, good. That'll be useful. That's really, really nice for when you're trying to wreck dive out in the deep ocean. The things that I bring along, because there are wrecks like out in the middle of nowhere that I assume later on are going to have better loot tables than the ones that are closer to islands right now because it's really dangerous to loot dive way, way out there, but for right now, what is this big gray blob over here? Is that just sand? Oh, it's just a sandbar. Okay. There's some bubbles right there. Let's go out and get those. But yeah, the oxygen tank and the lantern are like your two best friends for when you're diving way out in the middle of the deep ocean. Because even in broad daylight, when you're diving in the deep ocean, you're not going to be able to see in this game. I've tried it a couple times, and it's super sketchy. It's real sketchy. I got nervous real fast, and I was like, let's just go back up to the surface. I'm worried about how this is going to turn out. Oh, look, a good hammer. As of right now, the good hammer I don't think has any use. I think that, well, maybe I read on the wiki somewhere that there's like one item that uses the good hammer, but as far as I know, what they should make it do, what I'd really like if they did anyways, is the good hammer should reduce the amount of materials it takes to build a similar item by like 1 or 2 sticks, you know? Because sticks seem to be the thing that I'm always out of in this game, like constantly. And so that means I gotta go sail away instead of come sail away, which is way more fun. I have to go sail away and find stuff on other islands, which becomes hazardous. I suppose I should probably leave these back here. I'm going to bring the air tank with me, though, because it's a really, really useful utility item to go 260 west to get home. I'm trying to remember that. I wrote it down on a piece of paper right here. But yeah, it's special. We'll throw you over there. I'm going to keep a weapon on me. Definitely want to keep an eye on the jerry can, just in case. Throw the compass over here, too, because we're not using it right now. And I think that should keep our health reasonably high. I don't know what nerf you get when you've got a broken arm. It doesn't appear to actually negatively affect you that much. I think you just drain health or something. I don't know. You'd think I'd learn. I'm going to stop climbing trees. It's a bad plan for me. I think I see bubbles right there, actually. Maybe? Yeah, really, really little bubbles, but bubbles nonetheless. Some duct tape. Okay, not really what I wanted, but it's something. I would suggest that you try to conserve your oxygen tanks. They don't come around like super often. I mean, they do come around. Oh, good, another jerry can. Hell yeah, that's what I wanted. Got another lantern right there. Okay, that's fine. Open that up, get another engine. Don't mind if I do. That sounds great to me because I'd like to have multiple rafts just in case something happens because I think they spawn with a full fuel tank. So, never a bad idea in case someday I run out of jerry cans. I don't know if the jerry cans are endlessly useful. It looks like they have durability on them, so it seems like they might have multiple charges. But I haven't had a boat run out of fuel as of yet, so I can't really testify to get my Rage Against. That was the song right there. When I was a kid, I was going to make a Rage Against the Machine reference because I said the word testify. And everybody knows like 90% of being a YouTuber is just like making random references. It seems to work. Like if you're going to try a YouTube channel, hey, make random references the whole time. I'd be willing to bet it might work out for you, maybe. Kinda, sorta. So, I don't see any more bubbles. There's something that looks like it might be a bubble over there. We may want to wait. We're all full up right now. Let me drop this stuff back off at the pile. Then once we got that going, we'll be good. I think we need... God, I'm going to have to chop down some trees so we can make another bed out here so we have to function at night. I am low functioning once nighttime gets here. I have trouble with it. I have very, very bad eyesight, and that doesn't help. So another jerry can. Nice to have. I'm actually really, really excited about that acquisition. Probably pile these up over here because anything that increases my mobility and makes it so that I don't have to give up my raft is a good thing in my book. On this side, I got a book that I'm working on where I just write down things. It's not even a book about anything. It's like the Seinfeld of books. The book is about nothing. I'm just kidding. I'm not literary. I tried. I sat down for a little while. I was really, really fascinated with the process of like creating a fantasy world for a while. Like, you know, for like a fantasy novel like Dragonlance or whatever. It takes considerably like more work than one would assume to invent an entire world. Because every time you flesh one thing, you're like, well, damn, that doesn't make sense in the context of like this, this, and this. And I got to flesh those out. Then the same thing happens. And then all of a sudden you've got this crazy branch logic thing taking place that's just utterly indecipherable. Nonetheless, I did give it a go. Didn't work out so well. I've still got like 200 pages written somewhere around here in the house. I tried to divide it up. I tried to do it logically, so I divided up. I had one notebook that was like 400 pages that was just like notes on the world, because I heard that's what Tolkien did and like what everybody else does when they make their own world too. And I fiddled around with that for a little while, and then I had the other one, which was actually the book. And so I had like 100 pages written in the story, and then I had 200, 300 pages written just for like the lore book that I had come up with. But honestly, it just became so cumbersome that I think I just gave it up. I don't really know. I've still got the notebooks, like they're on the shelf right behind me right now. At this point, I have to go through and read them all, though, just to like reappraise. I remember vaguely what I was writing about, but this was now probably 6 or 7 years ago at this point. Probably right around the time I turned 21. Yeah, it was a while back. So, not really sure where that's going to lead me for right now. I'm trying to make a bed, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm working on right now. Trying to get a bed. So I'm going to get this palm bunch over here. I can bunch my palm. He's better at it. I mean, that's what he does as a species, is he bunches his palm. I can bunch my palm, though. They call that a feast. Let's see here. Come on. Snap off, you bastard. There we go. So we got that done. We'll throw these over here. Okay, we have most of the stuff we need, but we need some lashings as well. I think we need 6, which may be harder to come by than I think it'll be. Am I carrying lashings around with me right now? Basically, I'm just going to make a bed on every island. That's essentially what it comes down to. Did I go right past those bubbles over there and never investigate them? See, at night, it's so easy to see the bubbles. They're really, really easy to see in the eaves. I think that's a shark right there. I can't tell. Yeah, it's a shark. I can see it moving. So another one over here. You see what I mean? We have a lantern, so technically we could wreck dive at night. It's a little risky, but we could do it. Let's see what we got going on right now. There it is. So this might work a little bit better. Let's go out and see what we can find in this wreck, and then we'll move back. We'll make the bed if we have to, but I'd like to night dive. It's an adventure that we have yet to embark upon, and so I'd like to try new things in each episode and just see like what's possible and what's not. Oh, that's eerie as hell. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of freaking me out. Especially given the fact that sharks in the darkness probably not going to work. They share a bunch of letters, so I can only assume... Oh, I already got this one? Damn it. Okay, so this one's already been looted. Never mind then. I thought that it was a new location. I was getting all excited, getting myself all nice and hot and ready for the things to come, and then nothing. It left me wanting. It left me chapped and unhappy. Well, seeing as we can now eyeball wrecks, I think I got this one over here too, although I can't 100% vouch for it. Let's go look. We'll see what we can do here. We still haven't picked up any morphine, and so that's an issue that requires rectification, but it actually looks like there's a couple of them out here. How are we doing on food and health? We're doing okay? Alright, let's go see what's in this one, and then there's one a little bit further out behind that. I don't know if you all saw it, but we're going to try and get that one too. Keep it safe, though. Play it very, very safe since we're down in the dark. Like I said in one of the earlier episodes. Okay, so we already got this one. So let me find the island behind me. The island's right there. There was another set of bubbles out here somewhere. I saw them. They were slightly off to the left of this one. And I would like the treasures hidden therein. Yeah. There it is right there. Got it. Nailed it. Found that thing. So actually we're going to be pretty proactive for being out at night, although I've never played around, like I said, night diving. Probably a lot more dangerous, and I probably shouldn't be attempting this, but like I said in one of my earlier episodes, one of my dad's friends died doing this, and he was like an instructor. He did this for a living, and he died on a dark dive, so it happens. I think this is the wreck where the only loot is right there in that little side cabinet, maybe? Oh, I thought that was a shark. I thought the island was a shark for a second. I was like, oh, great. Just what I need right now. A shark in the pitch black. Well, we can get down into this hatch. Oh, look, we got lucky. Another jerry can. Hell yeah. All right. All right. I'm actually going to... I'm going to get my oxygen out real quick. There's usually a couple things over here, too. So we've got a flashlight. Looks like just like a little generic mag light, maybe. We've got binoculars. We feel ill. That's unfortunate. That's what I was talking about where... That's exactly what I was talking about, where sometimes... Wait, did I drop something in here? Because I think I was full. I don't need the binos, by the way. They're kind of a useless item. They're not that great. But let's go back up to the surface real quick. We'll get oxygen back. If you oxygen deprive yourself, I've noticed this game tends to make you ill, like a lot of the time, if you just kind of like swim a lot. I don't know. If you go down in wrecks a lot and you let your breath get too low, you get sick. I assume because the game's simulating inhalation of water, like your character is actually simulating drowning and getting water in your lung, which can give you pneumonia and some other stuff, I guess. Either way, though, it's just a correlation that I've noticed for sickness. I think in order to get free of sickness, you have to make a fire, as I recall. You have to stay near a fire, and you have to sleep, I think, and that'll make you feel better. I don't know. We'll make a bed right now. We got a little bit of time on our hands. We got like maybe 5 minutes left in the episode, so I think I've got time to make myself a bed if I need to so that I can lie in it. That's the story of my life, making unkempt beds and then having to lie in them. You'd be like, meh. All the falsehoods that come out of my mouth when I lie in this bed. All of the falsehoods. Yep. You didn't know it was going to go in that direction, did you? Yeah, I've only done that about 80 times here on the channel. Let's go ahead and we'll knock down this yucca plant real fast. Wish we could find some bucca plant. That's just a yucca plant carrying a gun. That's all that it is. It's a slightly more violent variant of the exact same thing that we already have. Is this the island that I was on? Oh, this is going to suck if I mess this up. Maybe I'm just disoriented. There it is. Okay, I'm just disoriented. That's fine. I'm good with disorientation. I just don't want to be on the wrong island right now because I'm barely hanging in there as it is. All right, so we got that. Oh, we got enough lashings. So let me bring this back over here. We'll try and make ourselves... We don't have any sticks. May have to chop down a tree or two in order to get this to work, but I think you need a campfire, and I think you need some other stuff in order for this to work. Like, there's a number of ways that you can make this function, and so we'll make the bed first, then we'll make a campfire, and we'll see if we can hang out next to it and keep warm. We should probably feed ourselves in the last couple minutes as well. Alright, so we got our bed. Throw that right there. Take these sticks. I don't think I can make a campfire. I don't think I can light it, though. I have no utility ready to light it. So I took a risk, and now I've got to live by it, is what it comes down to. I took a risk, and now I got to live with it. Hopefully we can find ourselves a lighter in one of the other wrecks. Maybe. But much beyond that, not feeling super hopeful right now. Sure, might as well. Does this thing despawn? Like, how does this thing work? It looks like it actually refilled our entire thirst bar pretty quickly, so, whatever. These look like they have a really, really nice, like, manzanita handle or something. I don't know. The handle on this looks like gorgeous, like cherry wood or something. I don't know. I like the handles on these axes and tools, though. The color is very, very pleasant. I've always been fond of that dark wood color. If I ever ended up, like, having the money to make my house look nice, like a place where adults live, I would use a lot of dark wood, I think. I like the dark wood, I guess is what I'm trying to say right now. I don't know. Let's break open some coconuts. There it is. Get ourselves fed, because obviously if you're in low health, you want to stay away from, you know, horrible things like being hungry, because that's when your health starts to degenerate. I think you fix this with antibiotics too, I think. I'm pretty sure you fix it with antibiotics anyways. That would make a little bit more sense in my mind. Then how are we doing on food right now? We're looking okay. Alright, fantastic. What I may attempt to do is just go back to our island from here and just leave this where it is. I'm going to sleep for right now. Maybe sleeping makes you feel better. I don't know. I'll have to look up what sickness does in between episodes and figure it out. Because I haven't been sick too many times. I've been sick a couple of times, but not enough to where I have any idea what I should be doing. I can look it up. We have vitals on the wiki here, and I can take a look at it. It appears as though with sickness... Let's see... Hunger, thirst, player effects, bleeding, poison, broken bones, and illness. So, we have a low body temperature, actually. It's a low body temperature. Seeing as though the watch says that it's always 108 degrees Fahrenheit, though, I don't know how I was supposed to know that. Either way, though, we lose quite a bit of health. It doesn't say right now how you fix that. Oh, never mind, illness. We can... Oh, you take vitamins. So I guess that explains what the vitamins are for. Okay. Well, now that we know what the vitamins are for, I suppose I'll break off the episode right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Stranded Deep. I suppose I'm going to try and ferry back as much of this stuff with me as I can. Oh, good, a thunderstorm. Right on cue. Right on cue. I hate this rain. I hate it so much, and it happens so frequently. Like, they really sincerely do need to nerf how often rain comes up. We got a lantern, some axes. I'll see you on the next episode. Hi do, everybody.